Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Pokey Eye Doc, and I just need to know, is this card list real? Is this card real? Because if it is, this is going to probably be a fire set, and I might take back everything I've said about this set. Maybe, probably not. But anyway, I'm going to look over this. I'm sure by now you've looked at it. If you haven't, go on Twitter, go on Instagram. I use X all the time, formerly known as Twitter, to kind of keep up with a lot of things when it comes to like Pokemon and things I'm interested in. So anyway, this card right here, I think is awesome. This is a Mew EX. It kind of reminds me of the Bubble Mew. I'm not gonna lie. This card is fire. Like, it's been a while since I've like looked at a card and it's like, man, I really want that card. Kind of like probably how people feel about the Charizard that came out with Phantasmal Flames. This one just looks really like dreamy. I think the sticker, 30th anniversary sticker stamp thing right here, I think that was kind of silly, but that doesn't really bother me. I know a lot of people complain about that and it bothers a lot of people, but I think it's okay. The main thing when I look at these cards anyway, the main thing I see is like the actual card itself. And I don't know, what do you guys think about this? I mean, this looks fire to me. Like, I would want this in a personal collection. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to avoid building a personal collection for right now because I have other goals. But man, this card right here, it definitely like tugs at my heart a little bit. I'm like, man, I kind of really like this. I'm gonna go over the set list because there's a whole bunch of cards that have been, secretly been revealed, and I'll kind of show you that too. But on GameStop, if you haven't known, you could have gotten pre-orders for the ETBs for a little, just over like around not 900. That would be crazy if it was 900. But the ETBs were $100. They're no longer available. So if you don't know, GameStop has stopped doing pre-orders. I called my store. I know a lot of people have been saying that it's been local stores that have been still had some available. I called my GameStop. They said that corporate has stopped all stores when it comes to ETB. So you're probably SOL if you didn't get any over this past weekend, because I really think that's going to be a steal, especially at least in an interim. If they keep printing this box, it's you eventually probably get a good entry point. But $100 for right now is probably a good entry point. But anyway, looks like that ship is sailed. Could be wrong if maybe my GameStop lied to me, but they just said straight from corporate that all stores are no longer doing pre-order. So they probably had met their max capacity with that. Anyway, let's continue with the card list because these cards look fire. I'm really interested in Jirachi is one of my favorite Pokemon. So when I look at this, I think this card right here looks fantastic. It's kind of cool seeing these new rarities. I forgot what they're called. Maybe you guys remember what the rarities are called with these like weird 3D images. I do think I know these don't really do its justice. I think Poke Beach had like a better picture. I do think these pictures are going to be pretty fire. I think they're going to be really cool. I know people are not impressed with it, but if these are super rare for or whatever, if there's a card in this set really needs a card that's really hard to get. If these cards are too easy to get, which is very possible because it's the 30th anniversary, and the goal is just to kind of get cards in to the collector's hands, and so that way they can think more about Pokemon and buy more Pokemon product. And so theoretically, you probably don't want to make the set hard to get. If I really think about it from a marketing standpoint, because the goal isn't just like the Pokemon TCG is going to keep going regardless, right? But the 30th anniversary is more than just like the TCG itself. It's how do we get, how do we make these products more aware to the public so that that way they can buy more stuff and we can make even more money. So I know this channel focuses on like sealed products and Pokemon cards and stuff like that, but I think sometimes when I listen to a lot of Pokemon investors, they also forget about the other things that Pokemon you know they do beyond just the games and the cards to make money, because that's their goal, right? Create strong IP, continuously build a strong IP and just make a lot of money off of it while connecting with the fans on a way that allows them to like scale to these levels, right? They're the number one IP in the world for a reason. They're really good at it. And so as much as I would like a rare card, like a super rare card in this set, I do feel like it makes more sense that there really isn't. Like there will be some type of rarity. You can look at it like here, you can see the stars, right? There's going to be some type of rarity here, but I just don't know if making a super rare chase card something in this set. Though if they did, I would put this. I probably maybe change my position a little bit when it comes to this set. But if they don't, I'm gonna be highly disappointed in a set because I think it's going to come and go really fast. But of course, I think long term investment is going to be really great. I think really extreme short term, if you're if you're type of person that's like turn and burn or just flip, I think that's gonna be really good too. But anyway, they have Gengar, Sylveon, Salamence, Lugia. A lot of people keep talking about this Crystal Lugia. I was not around when these cards were popular, so apparently maybe on eBay these cards are like I don't know, really expensive or something. It looks cool. Lugia's not my favorite. When I played Pokemon Gen 2, I liked Ho better than Lugia. I do remember the Pokemon movie 2000. Lugia was really important in the video, especially with the birds. And then, this is like the master bird just telling all the other birds what to do. But I've actually never built like a connection with Lugia in general. Ho-Oh was always the card or the Pokemon that I preferred um, when I played Gen 2. My brother played silver version and I played gold when we were growing up. So and then I always had to like one up him. You got your same old base set Charizard. You've got Misty, and I guess another bathing suit of some sort. So we're going after that again. Another Gengar. I think these are gonna be pretty cool. I never knew that Pokemon had done that before, where they split the cards up. I'd seen it in Magic when I played Magic a long time ago. I didn't realize Pokemon did that, so it's kind of cool that they're bringing this back. Because it just makes it like you're when people do grading, they'll do what do you call it when they for whatever reason sometimes when I make these videos, I always forget what I'm trying to say. But when they do the connective numbers, oh sequential. They do sequential ordering. This kind of reminds me of this. It would be really cool if you can, grade both of these and get a sequential order of these too. I think that would be pretty sweet. Scizor is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I think that's pretty cool too. It's a lot of got a lot of Pokemon in here. And so far this set looks like it's gonna be fire. You got all the birds. You got this Lapras again. So you got Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, Exeggutor, Chandelier. Which at some point I don't really understand how that's a popular Pokemon, but there you go. You got the day and night Pikachu's, another Mewtwo, and then Mew that I think is just fire. Like this set is looking to be really good. I think they're doing a great job of like focusing on really high hitting type of like Pokemon. Only thing, like I said, is it's gotta have that chase. If it doesn't have that chase card, this stuff's about to not be as impressive. But if it can, have all this and have a chase card, this set is going to do. We're just missing one little piece. I guess we'll find out based on these rarities, like how rare things are going to be. Um, and then this is a close-up picture of the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo does look pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like Zelda. I don't really know why. Maybe like the background kind of reminds me of those games. If you've ever played those games, if you haven't, then you probably don't really know. But this definitely looks like some type of like scenery in the background. This Mew's not as defined as the one I showed earlier, but I really like that Mew. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that Mew. Pikachu cards look really good too. All right, and then what else we got? If oh yeah, these are all the Pikachu cards that they're post. I guess you're going to get one Pikachu per pack, so you're going to be guaranteed. So I think this is going to get pretty redundant pretty fast. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement initially, but once people keep opening these, and I think this is going to get redundant pretty fast. Hopefully, there's some type of rarity with these too. So like, actually, does it show any rarities on these? I think they do. These are no, they guess they just have these random promos. So maybe they're not, but it would be probably pretty cool if these had some type of rarity too. Looks like they just all have like a Pikachu symbol, so maybe not. Yeah, it looks like all of them just have like Pikachu symbols. But if there is a rarity with these two, I think that would be pretty cool too. I'm gonna say it again. I know I keep saying it, but I really think if the 30th anniversary does not hit with some type of strong rarity, the set is not gonna be as exciting, at least for like a midterm. Short term, great, long term, great, but that midterm, I don't know if it's gonna hold out as well as people want. But these Pikachus are pretty fire. I think that was pretty cool. The derpy one is my favorite one. Like I like the little derpy, like I know a lot of people didn't prefer like the forest Pikachu or the pink Pikachu from Ascended Heroes, but like I like the derpy looking ones. This reminds me more of like the forest Pikachu. It's more like cutesy like. And then like yeah, these derpy looking Pikachus. These are the ones that like get me, man. Like I love these Pikachus. These just like those just look the best to me. They look cool. I don't really like these more realistic ones. I think the RSL is pretty cool, but like these derpy ones just get it just reminds me of Bubble Mewtwo. Like I think that's what it is. Like the the art is more unique and just kind of like weird, but also it's like still good. Like it just like still like grabs your attention. That's pretty cool. It's got all the Pikachu's in it, or like not all, but a lot of Pikachu's. So anyway, this card list is looking pretty good. That looks like the Pikachu from the movie Detective Pikachu. Never watched that movie. It looked like it was trash, so I don't participate in trash. Like Sword and Shield is trash. Jirachi is one of my favorite Pokemon. This is one of the EXs that's coming out. This card, I don't know how someone enhanced the heck out of this. They just probably took their time. But this card looks to me looks amazing. Like Jirachi is a cool Pokemon. I know a lot of people don't really like it. They prefer like Mew and what's the one people really like right now? The one from Black and White. Can't remember that name right now because again, talking on the camera. So for whatever reason, I cannot remember the little mythical Pokemon from Black and White. But anyway, that Pokemon is the one I know people have usually been favoring currently. Oh, I don't think there's anything here. I think it's just like showcasing that. And then is this the Misties? Yeah. So this is a lot of people are going to be on a watch list because you got nothing but the Misties coming out. They're redoing this card here. You got this one coming out with Pitch Black. Actually, I've never seen this one. Maybe this is like a fan base one, or maybe some sticker or something like that. Whatever. But anyway, this is the cool trainer. I'm not really interested in this card at all. This one I think I am from Pitch Black, but that's a different type of conversation. I guess I've talked about it before because Pitch Black I'm looking to actually like get into more of like singles instead of the actual sealed itself for investments, but that's what I'm going for that. And then kind of wrap this video off. I do think a good investment is probably going to be Focus Fighters. If you haven't heard, this is coming out in Sam's Club. It's got a ton of packs for Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes has been lacking lately because there's no new packs been coming out to the market as frequently. I think the second waves of the booster bundles are coming out too. So a lot of the prices for current, cards like the Forest Pikachu and Gengar, they're probably gonna get hit even harder because there's gonna be more in the market now. But anyway, I think these are coming out what like $60? Did it say on here? 50, so about $55. I've seen a lot of collection boxes. I think long term, these are harder to get rid of because you really need like a niche. And so I think the goal with these is if you can get around a good $100 price point and then you just hold them for 6 months or so, like this is probably going to go up. If there's some type of downturn, you're probably going to hold this longer, right? I think we're getting closer to like a peak of something when it comes to Pokemon. But I do still think if you can get it at that, $100 price point and your goal is to like flip it within like, short term, whatever that gains are going to be, this is definitely going to be a good product because if like nothing else comes with Ascended Heroes, it's just going to go up as soon as this dries up. And so I'm looking at this too as an option for maybe possible quick flip because I don't really care about Ascended Heroes. There's nothing about it that I really want from it other than Dragonite since it's my favorite Pokemon. But everything else, like the set itself, I know it is fire. It is good. Um, I like the cards when I look at them, but the only thing I really care about is Dragonite from it. So like I'm okay with like, doing some short-term flips when it comes to like Extended Heroes. So I do think this is probably going to be a great option for a lot of people. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant on these cards. Tell me what you think about the card list. And don't forget, go touch grass, OKI doc out, and maybe consider subscribing. That'd be really cool. Thank you.